This is the Sports Porch, Black and Gold, with your hosts, the technical director, the Grand Schwabini, and Hockey Jesus. Come on, Pittsburgh. Let's show a little Steelers, Penguins, and Pirates love. The Sports Porch Black and Gold starts now.
There we are. Oh, hey, we're here. Yeah. You know, we're there nice and small.
Oh, yeah, there we go. The Sports Porch Black and Gold. It starts now, and it would not start in any other way other than technical difficulties created by yours truly. But this is what I'm gonna tell you right now. It's not my fault. These guys here, they are relentless before the show started. But before I tell you
Take
why,
some ownership.
Hey, it's a Monday night in Pittsburgh. Listen, I'm the technical director. That guy right there, he's across from me in the studios. That is the Grand Schwabini. And over here, down here, that is Hockey Jesus. We're live on YouTube. We're live on X. We're actually live on Facebook tonight because I figured I'd.
Why the hell not?
There. Yeah. Well, I mean, our reels are getting lots of play. 400,000 views in the last 28
that's
days.
a drop in the bucket from where we're going to be.
I told you we ain't playing.
You're right. So anyway, we are here. It is Monday night. The Steelers are playing. We got Monday Night Football on the television in the studio. You could subscribe, hit that subscribe button at the Sports Porch Podcast. I'm going to drop the podcast after the show on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, whatever. Listen, guys, I'm off my game a little bit tonight. I got a call from I promised my daughter I would do this, actually.
Yeah.
I got a call from my daughter. She's 21.
Shout out Carly.
Yeah. No,
What's
Celia.
up,
Celia.
Shout out Celia.
Yeah,
Celia.
really close to me, Mark. You're really close to me.
Cecilia?
Yeah, Cecilia. Cecilia. I got a call from my daughter, Cecilia. All right, these people are
I'm
getting bored.
telling you that I'm in love.
That's my daughter you're singing about. Anyway, so she had a flat tire, her first flat tire, but the way she did it is she went to get air in the tire at a get-go, and the pump wasn't working, and she ripped the mechanism out of the little stem and ripped the stem, and then the tire just went completely flat. So
that's a really pathetic way to get a flat tire.
That's actually superhuman strength. To rip the stem out of the tire.
She was very concerned that she would be judged by that, and you just judged her.
I've never heard of that.
Anyway,
I mean,
neither have I.
It's usually just a nail. I got some nail or a glass.
Neither have I. Anyway, needless to say, she was panicked. So I rush out in the we're down to one car because one's in the shop. My wife has an appointment. I rush out. I in the freezing cold here in Pittsburgh. I change her tire. Look, I don't need a medal. I don't need
Father
a medal.
of the Year award goes to
No. I want to give you. I want to give you. I got permission to say this. I want to give you her reaction. I said, "How do you feel now that we've gotten this all done for you?" And she went, "Wow." And that was it.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I got a wow.
That's a positive word.
You know,
yeah.
Wow's better
that's
than
a positive word.
It took long enough.
Well, I'm not really sure how to interpret this wow, and that's for another show. But then I had to rush back here and set up this show. Man, the weather sucks here, but I'm telling you, that's good for the Steelers, and that's why we're going to talk about it.
Where do you rank this in your top 5 best father moments?
Easily number 1 or 2.
There you go. Congratulations.
Is that you fucking around with shit over there?
Somebody had to applaud for you.
I dropped an F-bomb. Schwaber's worried that, all the power.
Well, that's what happens when you get excited. You need to calm down a little bit. There's a football game tonight.
Yeah, I know. And it's Monday night in Pittsburgh. And what are we going to do? Well, first, we're going to talk about that. We're going to do our normal football predictions, our porch picks. We got some what we're watching. We're going to try to blast through this a little quicker than usual tonight because the game starts at 8:15. And then, boy, are you in for a treat because we're going to do the post game live right after. And that's always fun. I mean, listen, I want the Steelers to win, but if they lose and they lose in some sort of controversial way, I mean, there's what more fun can you have than hanging out with Hockey Jesus after
The emotion will be strong.
I don't know. I think I'm out of emotion after those Penguin games this weekend.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that
least.
later.
To say the least, that's right.
We'll get to that a little bit later.
To say the least, you got that right. So anyway, we're going to do that right now. Monday night in Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin hasn't lost.
Is that right? Is that right?
22 straight.
Yeah, but he has lost once, his first one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so right. I was wrong about it. 22 straight.
I think that's actually bad.
I don't know.
I mean, all streaks are meant to end.
Right.
Sure.
It's like you've got the Tomlin streak. I'm sure you've got some sort of streak where Miami never wins in freezing weather.
No, Tua specifically.
Tua specifically has never won below 30 degrees or something.
40 degrees. Actually.
Right. Who came up with 40 degrees? What? Like he
I think his coldest game he ever played in was like 35 or something like that.
He must have won a game and it was 41 degrees.
Because think about it, he played in Hawaii and then he played for Alabama. I mean, could it get any warmer between those two
But
states?
Alabama could go on the road and play a team up north.
Well, he did play in a game of snow. I think his freshman year in Alabama, but he's never played in snow in the NFL.
Well, I mean, technically, nobody's ever won a game where the actual temperature was negative 50.
That's not true. He played in snow in Buffalo one year.
Okay.
And he actually threw for over 300 yards.
That's right, but he lost.
There's no snow.
But he lost.
Yeah, but they lost. Yeah, they still lost.
Yeah. So
that's for you, Pat, because I know you were going to fact check me on that.
How about Pat off track and I yesterday having to go it alone in our group text because Schwaber was too busy focused on, how bad it was going to be for the Eagles if they lost to Kenny Pickett. And Steve was at some sort of birthday party with his family.
Birthday party?
Well, yeah, when your dad turns 80, you throw him a birthday party.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
well, you can't miss that one.
No, but you couldn't make it like a birthday breakfast, like,
a brunch.
My dad has lots of friends.
Bob Evans. Yeah.
They don't strike me as the brunch type family.
No, we're not brunch.
No, you don't.
We have a full-fledged party with fried chicken and rigatoni, and then chicken parmesan. I mean,
right.
I'm surprised we didn't have pierogies, to be honest.
Did they do that?
Maybe some buffalo chicken dip thrown in there?
No.
Definitely.
No.
Oh, no.
Cookies and cake.
They're way too far out in the sticks to make something as sophisticated as buffalo chicken dip.
Yellow cake with chocolate icing?
Actually, it was vanilla cake with buttercream icing. It was good.
Too much vanilla.
You got to do the
buttercream.
No, it was half chocolate, half vanilla. Of course, you got to have some chocolate.
Okay.
Same with the cupcakes. I should have brought you guys some.
Mike Lawrence, when I was driving over here tonight, it's 19 degrees.
Yeah,
but the wind chill is like -5.
Feels like -5.
Yeah,
it's pretty darn cold here. Yeah. It's been cold here all day too, so it's not like it warmed up at all. So
who is that wearing
ice
that
cold
gigantic coat?
I don't know, but he's got a smiley face on his hat.
He must be an Eaton Park.
Are we going to break down this game, or are we just going to beat it?
Look, we're excited. It's a Monday night. Okay, so here's how I'll lay it out. Okay, the excitement is palpable. Had very little time for prep tonight because of the aforementioned AAA. I had to step in for. And Monday Night Football in the Burgh. It's cold. We got the crew down here in the Monroeville basement. We got the post-game show we're going to do after a Steelers victory, let's hope. The Steelers, for all intents and purposes, the ups and downs of this season, I mean, I know where Hockey Jesus is coming from. If watching us going back to our previous shows, catching the podcast, that even though HJ, it's palpable, even though HJ is very critical of the organization and the direction they're in, like all of us, he still holds out hope because he's that kind of fan. Like, okay, let's just get through this game and
you may as well.
We can make the playoffs. So
what's the alternative?
I mean, you're week 14 and you're leading the division. You have to have a little bit of hope about that.
This is a must-win game.
Yeah,
it's an absolute must-win game.
I think it is.
There are no more, honestly. Well, if they go,
the last game when they're tied is going to be a must-win game.
Whoever
has to win the last game.
If they're within a game of Baltimore, yes, you're right.
But what I'm getting at is the fact that it's a must-win game if you want to be able to not have to play as hard as you friggin' can into the playoffs and then go into the play. You know what I'm saying? If you want
to win before the last week, it's a must-win game,
right?
You want to gain momentum. You want to keep winning the games that you're playing at the end of the season.
Correct. Look, there's two sides to this story all the time. So I see it as a must-win game. What I'm praying that I don't see is a regression back to the ultra conservative offense that they played prior to last week, which really wasn't even that much crazy. It was just a little more open down the field for them. I'm hoping that the signal that they got from Rodgers, which I fully believe this was driven by Aaron Rodgers, last week's game plan. I fully believe that he said, I need to be able to go deep. I need to be able to change it to these plays. I need to have these two guys in because they're experienced, not because Thielen or MVS are going to light up any stat boards, because we all know they're not. But they understand.
They catch a pass.
They understand assignments. They understand routes. And I don't think the Steelers wide receivers that they have had anybody to their credit, have had anybody who's been able to really truly set an example for them the first couple of years they were in the league. So they're just not ready. You know, you can't say anything about Roman Wilson. For the people that say he should be in, no. They've seen nothing in practice. I've seen nothing in a game that says he's better than anybody else out there on the field at all. He shouldn't be in. But he hasn't had a chance, and now they have some veterans.
I disagree with he hasn't had a chance, though.
Yeah.
Well, the good players rise to the top, and also coaching can help a player develop as well.
But the reality is Aaron Rodgers just doesn't like him. He doesn't like the way he runs patterns. He's not where he thinks he should be. Right. So he doesn't even look his way. So why should he even be on the field if that's going to be the case? Whether it's Rodgers' fault or Roman Wilson's fault, it doesn't matter at this point. If there's no synergy between the two should not be on the field together. Just it's a wasted position on the field. You should just throw out MVS if that's who he feels more comfortable with. Whether that makes sense or not, at least he's a target he'll throw to.
Well, why haven't we talked about the big story this week?
Oh yeah, TJ Watt.
Yeah,
the needling.
Kind of like what you were doing to me before the show.
A little bit.
Only he wasn't really using
now, I remember at one point in time,
he was.
Hockey Jesus was very critical of the Steelers for their medical staff.
Yes, I was.
And I think this fits into that category.
2 years ago.
I was going to say beginning of last year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. This fits into that category. I mean, I know it's sort of happened one other time with Tyrod Taylor.
Right.
But what the hell is wrong? I mean, you punctured his lung?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we ought to not do the needling.
Well, here's the thing that I think as amateur basement dwelling football analysts, I think this is the point that I'd like to make. Isn't it crazy that this is like a procedure that is known and a lot of people do in the NFL?
Right.
Like, it's not just like TJ Watt does it or Tyrod Taylor were the only people ever to do it.
Right.
They do this all the time to try and stay healthy, to keep that deep tissue from, getting too tight, to keep loose.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't tear a muscle or something. That's nuts. That's absolutely nuts. You're telling me that they have to take a needle and stick it into your pecs, like however many times, just to soften up the muscle. This to me says just let them use steroids. My God.
Right.
I mean, if you got to take a needle, and a needle is okay to stick into your pecs close enough to your lung that if it just goes a little bit too far, you're going to puncture the lung and literally cause your lung to deflate and, maybe die from. That's ridiculous. Just let these guys take steroids if that's what it takes for them to recover. If you want them on the field, right? A steroid is a medical thing that you can take. Now you can abuse it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, you're talking not
you
to
can't
abuse.
draw the line between the two. But Who cares? I mean, you're allowing them to stick needles into their bodies instead. Honestly, it's a dumb thing to do to me if you're a star player that have to do this. I get it. You want to stay on the field and you'll do whatever it takes, but that's just crazy. And honestly, he's probably got a good lawsuit against the Steelers when it comes to this. I'm sure he's going to sue them for millions of dollars. But I mean, it doesn't really matter because you'd rather have him on the field tonight. You would absolutely you'd rather have him on the field tonight. And trying to keep A-Chain on the inside becomes a lot more difficult now with TJ Watt out of the lineup. And that's where they make their living, getting to the outside. One thing about TJ he's good at, pushing guys back in, and they're going to miss that tonight. I'm sure of it.
I think we're going to see. Well, this also goes back to what we were talking about in the beginning. 22-game winning streak, or is it 21?
It's 21 or 22.
21 or 26.
It's over 20.
Anyway, they also are 1-11 without TJ Watt.
Right.
But most of that 1-11, I think, happened before Nick Herbig kind of
burst on the scene.
Well, came of age, because
TJ's been relatively healthy the last 2 years.
So it's kind of like,
well, it's all been with bad quarterbacks,
right? And it's all kind of like, past performance is not indicative of future results. I'm not sure that this game should be looked at one in which TJ Watt is out. They got a problem. I think this is Nick Herbig saying, here's my real opportunity.
Yeah.
Let's look at that more than we look at TJ Watt not being in the lineup.
Jack Sawyer is going to play a lot too. Yeah. He's got something to prove.
And to be honest with you, I my jury's out on him. I know there's a lot of people. I love the Pittsburgh Yinzers who are so dedicated to anybody the Steelers draft. And there's a contingent out there. They love Jack Sawyer. And I get it. He seems like a great guy. He's great physique.
They like his name. Let's face it.
Well, and they also
Tom Sawyer, mean ride.
So
no, that's Jack Sawyer.
But you guys understand. You guys understand where I'm coming from, though.
Mm-hmm.
They get attached to something like that. And look, I actually, when they drafted him, I liked the draft pick. The jury is out. Okay.
I like the draft pick.
Yeah. I haven't seen enough of him yet to think that he's some sort of replacement.
I don't feel like we've seen enough yet to make a judgment on him personally.
No, because he doesn't play enough. Right. But he'll get to play a lot tonight. So let's see if he's got something to prove. Let's see if he can prove it against Miami. A team, if they beat them, they get knocked out of the playoff race. I mean, that's what you want to do. You want to knock people out of the playoff race. Let's see if a second-year player can do it.
And we'll find out. Yeah, I mean, we're going to find out because he's going to play a lot more than he used to. As far as Derek Harmon not being in,
that's a big problem,
I think. But show me the analysis on why it is that him coming back is a big impact to the run defense. Well, because 24th anyway.
Because Cam can come out and be more fresh in the third and fourth quarter. Okay. That's why. That's the only reason. No, I can't give you statistics that show that he does it. But just if you think about it logically, if Cam is in for less plays, he'll be able to play better longer.
Right.
Otherwise, I think he'll fade in the second half. And that's probably what will happen unless Benson has a good game.
Yeah, and I understand that. I still,
they'll have to play Black. Y-A Black.
Y-A Black.
Y-A Tittle Black.
Yeah. So as far as the defensive side of the ball goes, I think it's been analyzed 100 million times this week, at least on one radio station. And, they have to stop the run. That's what they have to do. That's what everybody's saying. Are they going to do it? I don't know. I mean, I really think
they're not going to stop the run. They haven't been able to stop the run all year.
Right, which is why I'm saying
Miami's one of the best running team.
Yeah.
And they just have to stop the long runs, the 65, 70-yard runs for touchdowns.
Yeah. And I
let them give up 5 yards at a time so, we can get quick touchdowns on long passes because supposedly their defensive backfield's awful. So that's what I think we need to do tonight. I think, DK needs to show that he can have another 150-yard game and, maybe catch 2 touchdowns this time.
If you were at a Steelers game, would you want Roger Goodell to sign something for you?
Absolutely not.
No.
Unless it was a contract.
I wouldn't either. What the hell are people doing?
He's got a lot of money. If I could forge his name on the contract that says I get paid, $2 million, yes, that's what I would want.
Well, that would never happen now that you've admitted you could do it.
Damn
or you would do it.
I hate. This is what I hate about us being live. All these good ideas get put out there, and now somebody else is going to use it.
Forging Roger Goodell's name so you get $2 million.
I mean, he wouldn't even miss $2 million in what he gets, what the money he's in charge.
I don't even think that it would be worth anything. Maybe 2 cents.
Right.
Oh, yeah. His signature's not worth anything.
Yeah. I mean, think about it.
Unless it's on a contract.
Basically, all that is now is like, some distant aunt 50 years from now is going to inherit this stupid signature amongst a whole bunch of other stupid things. And she's going to have to go to like a sports memorabilia show. And she's going to be like, yeah, this is a legitimate Roger Goodell autograph. And the guy's just going to be like,
who's that?
He was a commissioner from 40 years ago. I mean, maybe I'll give you a buck.
Breaking news on the sports porch: Roger Goodell's signature is worth $1.
$1. Mm-hmm. 40 years from now.
I think the biggest issue in this game for the Dolphins is going to be the weather. I that's why I think the Steelers win this game. I think they win because Miami does not play well in the cold. And I think that it's going to be a close game.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's inactive? Pierre. James Pierre.
Pierre. Yeah, that hurts too.
I would agree with you there, Chris. I definitely think that, the weather is probably the biggest barrier to them having success. I always still think that that's just the stupidest thing, though, because, when you put together a football team of 53 guys, you have to think at least 25 of them played in like a cold weather climate. Like,
right.
You know what I mean?
Most of them.
So
probably it's 45.
Right. So it's kind of like, what does that even mean? But at the same time, though, you're probably right. I mean, like the way to me, if the Steelers win this game, I have a feeling they'll win it kind of ugly. Mm-hmm. I think they'll get some turnovers, some fumbles, and then all of a sudden, if they get themselves a lead,
that's the important
then
thing.
It's going to look like 2 is really freezing cold back there.
Yeah. I think that is the important thing. They can't let Miami come out and take the lead. You don't feel that, at least I don't feel that 2 is the guy who can come back from a 10-point deficit in, single-digit weather to beat the Steelers at home on Monday night. It just doesn't sound like that makes sense. Could be wrong. Absolutely could be wrong on that, but it's just that's where my thinking is going into this game.
That's all I got for that.
I mean, Tua comes
up as far as like the matchup in the defense, but
I mean, throughout his career, I guess you could say. I mean, Tua's come up pretty small in the NFL. He really has.
Yeah, because he's a pocket passer. You know,
right?
Pocket passers, unless you're excellent at what you do, very accurate. They don't exist anymore. You got to be a running quarterback in today's league, whether you like it or not.
And he could be a running quarterback if he didn't get his head bashed in.
That's the problem.
Right.
That's absolutely the problem. He's one hit away from retirement.
Right.
And literally head bashed in. I mean, for real. Yeah. Miami has 281 points on the season, 5 more than the Jets, and they have double the victories. They've only given up, though, 296 on defense.
Mm-hmm.
They are second in the AFC East. So let's flip this to talking about the offense. and what we have to see, or what we think we're going to see, or what we're afraid we're going to see.
The offense of the Steelers?
Yeah. Yeah.
God, what a boring subject.
I know.
Could you think of a more boring subject?
Look, man, this is the Sports Porch Black and Gold. And if you haven't already subscribed on YouTube, hit that subscribe button at the Sports Porch Podcast.
Did it.
Click notifications. You'll know when we're live, which is every single Monday night at 7 p.m. And after every Steelers game, and HJ after every Penguins hockey game. So, yeah, I mean, yes, the offense is boring. Their defense is not that bad, so what do we got to do here? I mean, here's the thing.
Score more than them.
Right. The bottom line is we could come on every week during football season and we could make that prediction, much like I make predictions.
You're pretty good at that prediction.
So you're saying if the Steelers score more points, they'll win.
Yeah.
And if they score less, they'll lose.
Absolutely.
There you go.
And if they score the same, it's a tie.
Oh, my God.
Unless there's overtime and you score in overtime. Second.
Yeah, well, it could also end a tie as a tie in overtime. Anyway, Anyway.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah, of course, the
Mount
offense.
Washington is active.
Oh, good.
He has been cleared from concussion protocol.
Oh, they're going to need him. He is the difference maker.
Yep. Every time they throw it to him is a time they don't throw it to Freiermuth.
Artie Smith will be afraid to be aggressive as usual, says Mike Lawrence on YouTube. Thanks for being here again, buddy.
For sure.
That's the thing. Last week after that win, when we said it looked like, they kind of opened things up. I mean, if you're any other team, it's a pathetic attempt at an open offense, but they threw down the field more over the middle a little bit, not a whole lot. And the point is that, everybody wants to talk about getting the run game going. Listen, guys, I know a couple years ago I said Jaylen Warren would make the team, and I thought he was a better back than Najee. And it turns out, I don't know if he was a better back than Najee, but the Steelers liked him more than Najee. And then they go out and they get Gainwell, and they draft this Caleb Johnson, who hasn't, I mean, I get it. We've talked about the vets play. That's Tomlin's deal all the time. Yep. But okay, the run game's got to get going. What run game? They don't have real running backs. I mean, all due respect, they're real running backs.
Well, their offensive line is totally beat up now, too.
Right. And they haven't really had a run game all year. I mean, they have, but they haven't, but they have, but they haven't. And look, at what point are you going to put Caleb Johnson in there and give him a shot? Because he's the guy that could change the direction, possibly. I mean, everybody said he had a burst of speed. There was some guy that watched him at the draft that writes about the Steelers, who literally said at the draft, and I heard this on the radio, credit to 93.7 The Fan. I was listening to some dude there, some guest, who literally said in his article, you could feel the rush of the air as Caleb Johnson ran by. Like, he was so impressed with his speed. And I get it. It's the combine. You know what I mean? But look, man, you have no running game. You have your receivers. You have no number 2 receiver. You go out, you start throwing deep to Metcalf. You bring along 2 guys that Rodgers probably pushed for. You made a big change in the receiver room, right? Make a big change in the linebacking room. You don't have to go out and get somebody. Just let Caleb Johnson carry the load on first and second down. See what happens when he gets going.
Caleb Johnson's a running back.
He's a running back, not a linebacker.
Not a linebacker.
Oh, did I say? Oh,
you said
change the linebacker.
Change the linebackers up.
My apologies.
Yeah, that's okay. You're off your game tonight.
We're
here to help.
That's right. We're just setting the record straight. We know what you were saying.
You know what I'm saying.
The reality is they're not going to do that. I mean, Jaylen Warren's not really been healthy this year, and you haven't seen Caleb Johnson step up.
No.
What you've seen is just more of number 14, Kenny Gainwell.
Kenny G, baby.
That's it. That's their reaction to it. So you know that they're not going to play him. They're saving him for next year or something like that.
His next coach of the Steelers.
It's really mind-boggling when they do that, but they do it every year. So actually, it's not that mind-boggling, but it's very frustrating to watch them take a high draft pick and then just sit him all season.
Right.
He's not learning anything by being on the sidelines.
No.
If anything, he's learning that he can't be a kick returner because we're going back to the second game of the season against Seattle, and he's really been paying for that ever since. And it's just dumb. But that's the unfortunate side of the Steelers organization. They favor their old guys over the young guys. And no matter, maybe this young guy is not talented. Maybe they already have assessed him and said he's not talented. That's why he's not playing. And they just made another boneheaded pick in the draft. That's absolutely possible. But the problem is we won't know that this year.
Okay, guys, listen. We want to try to get everybody out of here by game time. If you're joining us on YouTube, thank you very much. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. Click notifications. You'll know when we're live every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I do drop the podcast right after the show on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere you get your freaking podcasts.
Anywhere.
And
those are pick time.
We're gonna do picks, but here's what I want to do. I want to do a little over under, so when we come back on the post game show, we can compare, and I'm going to write it down here.
Interesting.
Okay. So, Grant, and we'll make it very simple. I'll just pull up an example, and Roman Wilson isn't in, so it doesn't give you any ideas. Roman Wilson over under 5.5 catches or 20.5 yards.
Under.
Yeah. So, well, yeah.
way under.
So, Schwaber, make up the first one.
Oh, you want me to give
just give an over under, and then we'll pick.
Okay. Kenny Gainwell over under 40 rushing yards.
That's a easy one. That would be under.
Okay, Gainwell.
I'm going to go over. They love Kenny G.
Well, Warren's active, so I think he's gonna get more touches tonight from the run.
Haven't we thought that every week?
That's true.
Okay, so
it is a coin toss.
What did you say, Steve?
Under.
What did you say?
Over.
I am going to say under. Okay, Steve, you make up one. Your comments.
This
Kenny Gainwell over under 40, we'll say 40.5 rushing yards.
DK Metcalf. Receiving yards. 65 yards. Over or under?
I'll go over.
Schwaber is going over. I am going to go. I'm going to go over as well. I don't think the Steelers.
No, I didn't say 67.
No, it said the Dolphins' record is 6-7.
Why? I think he's going to go. I think he's going over 65 receiving yards. Schwaber over, me over, or no, Steve over, me over, Schwaber.
I said over.
Schwab said over.
Yep.
I say over.
Okay. Aaron Rodgers over under 255 passing yards.
Under.
I'm going with the over.
I'm going with the over as well. Okay, and final score. Let's just throw it in there for the post game.
Final score: Pittsburgh Steelers 24, Miami Dolphins 19.
Okay, Schwaber.
For some reason, I don't know, just today, I just don't have a great feeling about this. I'm going to say Miami Dolphins 27, Pittsburgh Steelers 23.
Yeah, they haven't been able to stack wins all year. And this is at home, favorable conditions, according to, the weather guys and everybody that follows Dolphins football. So I think the Steelers, this is going to be tough, man.
God. I do like those uniforms.
I do. I like
They're undefeated in those uniforms also.
Oh, yeah. Another thing.
All right.
They're due.
I think they're like,
due to lose.
I think they're 4-0 or 5-0.
I'm going to say 19-17 Dolphins. I don't want to be this disappointed. I just want it to be known.
Wow.
But I feel like
I'm the only optimistic one here.
Yeah,
That's
well, you're
strange.
Well, Mike Lawrence says 23-20 Steelers.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see.
Mike and I are simpatico here.
That brings us to Porch Picks. What are Porch Picks? Well, every week we pick games, 3 games. This week we are picking 4 games, actually, because there's some Saturday games. We picked the games.
Saturday games.
There are this week Saturday games. We picked
with the NCAA playoffs. That's surprising.
Okay, so just if you want to, question my ability to,
I believe you. I believe you
to read the schedule.
Why didn't you pick up the phone?
Because
we had a live caller.
No, it was a spam call. We could hear it in ours, but they couldn't hear it out there.
Okay.
We can only hear it in ours.
We are just off the goddamn rails tonight. Let me tell you.
That's because we're distracted. It's a Monday night game.
Okay.
We're never very good on Monday night.
How did we do
games,
last week?
honestly.
Let's get to the pick.
All right. So last week, it was kind of a bad week for all of us. Thursday night, we all had the Bucks. Sunday, Steve had the Bills.
Like this running backward drill.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Steve,
how often do you do that?
Okay, all right. Steve had the Bills, and we all had the Cowboys. So Mark and Chris were 0-3.
I gained the game.
Steve was 1-2.
Wow.
The Grand Schwabini still in the lead at 24-23, and TD and HJ are tied at 23 and 24. The first game we're going to
told you to take the Bills.
Pick this week is the Thursday night game, which happens to be the Rams at the Seahawks.
Oh man, that's a great game.
Rams.
Too bad there's a hockey game on it. I'm gonna miss it.
At the Seahawks. Look, you guys have made me question myself, as friends invariably do. So I'm going to double check. Yes, Thursday, Rams and Seahawks. Saturday, December 20th. Yeah, okay, there's games. You jerk off.
Sorry.
Okay,
Shouldn't be laughing at you.
Rams at the Seahawks.
I get to go first because I was in first place last week.
Go ahead.
Yeah, your pick in the comments.
The Rams are super hot right now. They're beating the hell out of it.
Devontae Adams won't play this week.
Yeah, but they got a lot of good. I mean, they got Puka.
They got Puka.
They got Parkinson at tight end.
I mean, Rams top, Seattle's. I mean, they have the same record, and Seattle's second in the division. That's crazy. This is for the division title, probably, right? So, I don't know. I'm going to go with Seattle. They're playing in Seattle, right?
Yes, Rams at Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm going to take Seahawks. I think they're going to win.
Grand Schwabini.
I'm going to take the Rams.
Grand Schwabini is going to take the Rams.
Flip a coin on this.
Yeah.
This is going to be a great game. If it's going to be like a 17-16 game, it'll still be a great game.
It's kind of like I just don't believe in Sam Darnold.
I'm taking the Seahawks at home. The Rams just handily beat Detroit. I think it's a letdown game because they're traveling up to Seattle. Rams at Seahawks. Now, Saturday. Here's a Saturday game. Packers at Bears. Packers at Bears.
That's easy.
Your pick in the comments. Go
Green Bay
it.
Packers.
All right.
They're not going to lose to the Bears twice.
Okay.
I'm going to take the Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears.
No Micah.
I'm taking the Bears as well.
He's not a difference maker.
I'm taking the Bears.
He's like Myles Garrett.
Chris Jada calling Rams win the Super Bowl. All righty.
I think I have the Rams in the Super Bowl, Chris Jada. So
yeah,
congratulations.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you.
Who did you pick?
I picked the Bears. I picked the Bears again. Okay, next is a Sunday game. Who'd have thunk? Jaguars at the Broncos, and you're talking about the top seed Denver Broncos in the AFC.
It's in Denver.
Top seed in Denver. Jags at Broncos. Jaguars having a great year. I mean, the AFC's flipped upside down if you think about it.
Not really.
All right. I mean,
why do you say that?
Because Kansas City is eliminated. It's
but the AFC South is wide open every freaking year. No. Like, are you surprised that Jacksonville's at the top? No, you're not surprised because anybody can win that division.
Every other year they have a good year.
Are you surprised that Denver's at the top?
No, not at all. I picked Denver to do well this year.
I forgot how much you know. All right, let's go.
I did not see the Kansas City falling though.
All right, can we just pick the Jags Broncos game?
Sure, I'll take
Smarty Pants.
I'm gonna take the Jaguars since you think they're all that in a bag of peanuts.
All right, Steve takes the Jags. Grant Schwabini.
I'll take the Broncos. Wrapping up home field.
See, now you're start. I texted you and said, "Now, do you believe in Bo Nix?" They're 11-2.
Denver's clinched the playoff spot, by the way.
Or are they 12-2?
12-2.
12-2. 12-2. Bo Nix.
That's why I don't think they're a 13-2 team.
In Bo, we trust.
They're not a 13-2 team. Just take the guy with the nice hair.
Yeah, nah, Mile High. I'm going with the Broncos. Okay. Last pick. Now we had to have kind of an iffy game, and it's also the Sunday night game because we do the Sunday night game no matter what.
Minnesota.
No, it's not horrible, but it kind of is. It's got a little nostalgia. San Francisco, the 49ers at the Colts. We're going to watch Phillip Rivers return to the NFL and become a star again. What do you
he played well. He played well yesterday.
I don't think he did. Did he?
Yeah. Well,
old fat guy.
He brought them down to win the game, and then they couldn't stop the other team from going 20 yards and kicking a field goal.
I mean, he's big enough to play linebacker. He should have been out there playing linebacker.
Yeah.
It was against the Seahawks, right? Yeah, they lost 18-16. He was so good they scored 16 points, 120 passing yards with a touchdown and an interception.
Dude, he hasn't played in 5 years and he's 44.
I know.
And they were winning the whole game and they were trailing under the 2-minute warning. He drove them down for a field goal.
Okay.
But
Niners at Colts.
San Francisco.
Okay.
Come on,
Steve. Okay.
Yeah, Colts are done. 49ers.
Yeah, Colts are done.
And
stick a fork in.
That's where the smart money goes. So
although the Colts have an 8-6 record,
I'm going to go. Yeah, but I mean, like you guys said, I'm going to go.
You can't lose your quarterback and expect to get better.
All right, that's Porch Picks. Next up, what are we going to do here? Well, I do believe if you haven't subscribed yet and you're watching us on YouTube, please do. Would appreciate that. Growing the channel at the Sports Porch Podcast. You can also hit us up on X at the Sports Porch 1 and subscribe on Spotify or anywhere you get your podcasts. Next up is this guy right down here, Hockey Jesus, who preaches after every single Penguins game live, building a following there on the Sports Porch Black and Gold podcast. Going to get a little quick Hockey Jesus here. There's been a lot of activity going on, but if you're a Pens fan, you can't afford to miss that. Mike Lawrence does say one last NFL thing, different pick, NFL MVP Josh Allen or Matt Stafford. Right now, I think it's Matt Stafford.
It's clearly Stafford.
Yeah. So Hockey Jesus preaches on the
Josh Allen
porch.
He's having a hell of a year.
Well, the weather outside is frightful, and it's so delightful.
I love when he tries to sing songs like this. I forgot about the bone I need to pick with you, Schwab, but I'm gonna have to try to remember what it is. So anyway, go ahead, Hockey Jesus, give us a brief one, and then we'll get on to what we're watching.
Well, there's nothing brief about the Pittsburgh Penguins this past week. I mean, they go from getting a goal scored against them with 0.1 seconds left to laying an absolute turd against Montreal, to then giving up a 5-1 lead and losing 6-5 in overtime. And then the very next day, giving up a 3-0 lead, going into the third period and losing again 5-4. It's inexplainable. I have not seen a section of games that have been just absolutely more heartbreaking than those 3 games, to be completely honest with you. And there's no explanation for that big of a debacle other than the momentum starts going in the wrong direction, and you can see it, you can sense it, that the Penguins have no way to stop it. They don't know how to stop it. So for me, this is Muse's first time where he absolutely has to do something to change it, because it's clear the players don't know what to do. and their psyche is going in the wrong direction. So he's got to fix it. And he's got to fix it now. This has been happening since early November. So it's not just been these last 4-5 games. It's happened 2 other times in early November. So they've got to do something about that. Other than that, I have no qualms with the way they've been playing. I think Muse has made some good changes to some lines. He broke up the kid line, which was Kindle, McGroarty, and Koivunen. And Koivunen hasn't been playing too well. So they put them together with Brazeau, and it worked out perfect. They play great together. So, and until Gino can come back, I think they'll probably keep that line together. And but the defense has been inexplainably bad in the last 4 or 5 games. It's like they stopped attacking. They don't know how to play the puck, and they can't get it out of their zone. And they don't know how to chase down pucks that, miss the net or, just go into the corner.
When are we going to see Skinner in net?
Probably tomorrow night. They both Skinner and Kulak, probably should have started with the Jari trade.
Mm-hmm.
But both Skinner and Kulak made it through immigration today, so they'll be on the team tomorrow.
Wow,
sure.
That's amazing.
That they actually made it through immigration. Well, I mean, we could go a lot of places. We could go a lot of places with that. But I
was throwing out the bait.
I think we're just going to lay that one where it is.
Leave it at hockey.
Yeah, let's just say they're hockey players. They have a job, so they got the visa to be able to play in the United States quickly.
I know that's a dig. That's
all
a
right.
dig.
So, So you'll see Skinner play against Jari in a reverse role from where it would have been a week ago, which is pretty interesting if you think about it. Everybody, if you were living under a rock for the past week, Tristan Jari did get traded to the Edmonton Oilers. And I think I talked about this in my breaking news, that he's from Edmonton. He's actually not from Edmonton, but he played for their minor league team when he played for the minor league. So
Jari.
I'm sorry. Tristan Jari. So he's actually from British Columbia. So he's not from the Edmonton area. But needless to say, they're familiar with him through the minor league team, and he's familiar with the Edmonton area for that reason. And so they wanted him. Edmonton clearly wanted him. They think he's, what he's done this past year. And to be fair, he actually played pretty well at the end of last year too. So he has put together, if you look at the body of evidence from last year into this year, probably 3/4 of a good year. So maybe he is back. Maybe it was a bad trade. But the good thing about it is you get rid of the next 2 years of his contract. When clearly, if you watch the game on Sunday, the first 2 periods, Murashov is just a fantastic goalie. He's got all the goods. Now, if to be a fantastic goalie, you can't give up 4 goals in like 6 minutes,
right?
Which he did. So and he did give up 2. Both of his goals in overtime were soft goals. So he's got to get better in overtime. And let's face it, everybody on the Penguins need to get better in the extra periods. They're 1-9 when it comes to overtime and shootouts. They actually, if you look at their record, they have the fewest amount of regular time losses in the whole Eastern Conference. But they've lost so many in overtime and in shootouts.
All their wins are regulation wins.
Yeah.
But
they have one.
Oh, okay.
They have one overtime win.
I have to say, I think it was a panic move by Edmonton. I mean, I think Edmonton's, they think that the goaltending is their biggest problem. And it might not be. They might just be a little bit more top heavy than some of the other best teams. I mean, look. I mean,
it's all about goaltending, right? I mean, we can agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, Jari's to be honest. I mean, I think Jari is awful. Now I realize he's played better, but I mean, look, I'm sorry. I mean, like Skinner was in the finals.
2 years in a row.
2 years in a row.
Yeah, well, the Penguins haven't even made the playoffs.
I would rather have the guy who's been in the finals 2 years in a row.
I don't understand it myself. I agree with you, but if you look at their stats, they're very similar when it comes to their career stats. So I think it's just the change. I think it's a change of venue. They had a scapegoat they wanted to get rid of, and the Penguins wanted to get rid of 2 years off of a contract where they knew they didn't want to pay a backup goalie $6.5 million.
Right.
So I think it works out for the best that way. And I just don't know what the Penguins are going to do from this point on. I do know that they gotta do something better on Tuesday night. If they go through another situation where they're winning 4-0 going in the third period, I think maybe everybody will leave the arena.
Right.
And I did go off on this on my last Hockey Jesus, and I'll end with this. I don't like the fact that the Penguins fans were booing them when they started the turn, when they started giving up goals. I think that's the worst thing you can do as a fan. The players know they're losing it. They want a little bit of encouragement. They just want to be like, somebody please believe in us because we don't believe in ourselves right now. But yet, if you're booing them, it's just feeding into that bad juju that happens and that bad momentum that happens when you start going downhill. And there's no other sport like hockey where momentum means everything. Once you start going in the opposite direction, it's really hard to get it back. And unfortunately for the Penguins, it seems to happen when they have the biggest lead of the game. when they play tight, when it's like a 3-2 game, 2-1 game, they seem like they can play back and forth and be okay with it. But they're going to have to do something. I think it's going to be very interesting to see what Skinner does. So that's what I'm going to be looking at now when I'm looking at the Penguins. How's Skinner doing? How does he play the puck? Does he work well with his defense? Is he saving it into the corner? Is he saving it out front where the defense can clear the puck? That sort of thing. That's what I'm going to be looking for when I'm watching the Penguins game on Tuesday and Thursday of this week.
All right.
And then they have a home and home against Montreal. So that'll be 3 games against Montreal in like 12 days, which is weird. The schedule is weird like that sometimes, but I do love a home and home series where you play Montreal at home on Saturday, and then you play the Penguins play at home against Montreal on Sunday. So that'll be very interesting.
All right, there you have it. Hockey Jesus, who preaches on the podcast after every single Penguins home game. He is live right after the game on YouTube. Subscribe there at the Sports Porch Podcast. And, of course, we drop the podcast as an actual podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcast, Spotify, or anywhere you get your freaking podcasts. All right. Before this game gets going, want to remind you, join us for the Steelers post game at the Sports Porch Podcast on YouTube. That's where we'll be right after the game. What the hell are we watching? Well, what does that mean? We're going to give you some time back. We're actually going to save you a little time later after the game. If you're still wired up after watching post game and you're surfing through all of the trailers and the previews on the streaming services, we take that away. We take that time and we give it back to you. We've done it all. We're going to tell you what's good. We're going to tell you what's bad. We're going to tell you what we're watching right now. HJ, you are watching.
Oh, I'm up. I'm first.
Up. Yep.
How about
that? That was a pretty lackluster intro.
Got a time issue here, pal.
Yeah, we got a time issue.
I got it. Listen.
In
Look,
the future,
these guys,
we're going to have to probably go back to the Grand Schwabine.
Okay, whatever. I got to do this, and then I got to do all the post, you
got to work real hard.
Yeah, and then I got to watch the game. All right, come on. The Reckoning, Netflix.
The Reckoning. Sean Combs, The Reckoning, also known as P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Also known as
Puff Daddy. Also known as Puffy.
Also known as Sean Combs.
Also known as Sean Combs.
Also known as Convicted.
I had to watch this because I wanted to give the review for our hip hop artist here, Mark Schwab, aka the Grand Schwabini. He is absolutely the hip hop guy here. So we all lived through the 90s and the early days of hip hop, right? I didn't pay attention much to it other than whatever came up on the headlines. So when you say Puff Daddy or P. Diddy, I'm like, well, which one is he now? It was kind of like Prince back in the day. He was Prince. He was the artist formerly known as Prince. And then he went back to Prince, that sort of thing. But Sean Combs started an epic company in Bad Boys.
Bad Boy Records.
And he had some run-ins with some other rappers like Tupac,
Biggie. Biggie was his boy, right?
Biggie was his boy.
Yeah.
Tupac was kind of like the competition on the West Coast.
Right.
And Tupac and Biggie got together, so that didn't work too well. And the thing about this is, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but if you've lived through the 90s and you didn't really follow it closely, this will connect all the dots for you. You'll be like, oh, so that's the reason why this happened. This is the reason why that shooting happened. This is why he did the things he did entirely from, the thug life that he liked, that he enjoyed, the money, the people who surrounded him, and why people left him, and why people actually ultimately turned on him.
Do they put Snoop and Dr. Dre in it?
Snoop and Dr. Dre do not play a role in this.
Okay.
It's mostly Tupac, Biggie, and Puff.
Okay.
And his organization. So there are some people in his organization you don't know about.
Right.
They interview those guys. So they have some insider information on him that you hadn't heard before. And at the end, after everything happened, they did get a couple jurors who were on, the trial,
really?
And they talk about their thinking about how they were thinking about what verdict they gave, because it was a mixed verdict. Actually, it was actually a win for P. Diddy, but he still ended up going to jail because of the heinous things that he did get convicted for.
Gotcha.
So I say watch it. You will learn something from it, even if you're not. I'm not a hip hop fan, and I enjoyed it because I thought it was a good documentary. They actually had video of him the days before he got arrested that they had access to. So they show a lot of that too.
Did they actually weave any music into it?
Oh yeah,
they did.
Yeah, his music's all the way through it. His music, Tupac's, Biggie's. I didn't know any of it.
Yeah.
Even they did some Snoop stuff too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they did all the hits, and like you would know it. You'd probably sing it. I was like, I think I know that song.
Right. Right.
But no, they did. They do a good job of hitting the highlights of all his hits, and like there were some other bands that I didn't even hear of, like 26, and there was like some other bands that he did when he first came up that I was like, I don't know who these people are.
Like
but
Mace. I think Mace is one.
There were 2 or 3 that I didn't know, but those were some of the women who turned on him.
Danity Kane.
Yes, that one. Yep. Yep. For sure. So I say 2 thumbs up. Why not? But not enthusiastically, because I don't really care much about hip hop.
Right.
If you do, you might be a little disappointed because it might be stuff that you already know. But I promise you'll still learn something from it. So I give it 2 thumbs up. The Reckoning, Sean Combs.
Interesting.
Grand Schwabini.
The Grand Schwabini.
Chad Powers on Hulu.
Guys, I got to be honest with you. Prior to this weekend, I hadn't even heard of this. Had you?
No.
No?
I have. Yeah.
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 So it's on Hulu. It's just it's 6 episodes. It did get renewed for season 2.
Oh, okay.
Because otherwise it would have really left off on a cliffhanger. But I have to tell you, I thought it was really good. I mean, we basically binge watched it, and we don't really binge watch much. We don't.
Huh.
You don't been watching much?
Binge watch.
I don't been watching much.
I don't binge watch much. No, but here's the thing, though. Like, I think I'm making quite a prediction. So, do you have Hulu and do you have Hulu?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I have Hulu.
Okay, then you must watch it because I want to be proven right.
Okay.
Okay. My prediction is Steve will find it to be hilarious.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, here we go. Yep.
You and your lack of humor sensibility will hate it.
Okay.
If it's anything
We'll
like
hate it.
Napoleon Dynamite, then yes, I will absolutely hate it.
Well,
You won't watch it.
It's kind of like this.
I'll hate the first minute and then not watch it.
So essentially, what happens?
And you can't give a review.
So essentially, what happens is Glenn
I
Powell.
don't want to.
Glenn Powell is a college football superstar, and he blows the big game. And not only does he blow the big game, but he does something after the big game that basically the entire world thinks he's the biggest jerk on earth.
He gets a blow after the big blow?
No.
This is my segment.
Okay. That's all I can think of to say.
And so So anyway, that happens, and basically, like, his life is ruined. Okay. He never gets a chance. Like, he never gets a chance at the NFL. He was gonna get a chance at the XFL, and then he got cut before he even got started. And he's just doing odd end jobs, and there's a college football program that like loses its quarterback for the year, and they don't know what to do because their backup's pretty lousy, and they're like, we're going to do open tryouts. And so the funny thing is that Glenn Pell's dad works in the movie business, and he's like a makeup artist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so he has this idea that he's going to become somebody else, Chad Powers,
mm-hmm.
and he's going to like make up his face and all this kind of stuff.
Right.
And he's going to go out there and try to make the team. And so he makes the team. But I personally thought Glenn Powell was hilarious in this because he's trying to be somebody that doesn't exist. And so he's just making up weird shit in this weird voice so nobody knows who he is.
Okay.
Like, just to give you like a little glimpse of it, like they're saying like where do you play your high school ball? Where do you play your high school ball? And he'd be like, in the woods. It was just like,
oh man.
But we couldn't stop watching it. We enjoyed it. So I give it a 2 thumbs up, give it a shot, and that's it.
It's a good one, but it's that time. Thanks for watching the Sports Porch Black and Gold. I'm going to drop the podcast right after the show on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere you get your freaking podcasts. If you haven't already, hit subscribe at the Sports Porch Podcast on YouTube. Thanks for being here. We're going to see you right after the game on the post-game show.
See you later.
Join us right back here at the Sports Porch Podcast on YouTube, Facebook, or X. Here we go.